Alright, we're recording.
Yes.
We're live. Excellent.
Yeah, we're back again. Welcome to another episode of the Dark Knights. Name to maybe subject to change. On my right,
Trill, Mr. 215.
there you go. On my left,
Jason Galrizzi.
Come on.
and your boy Sean. And we are here with another titillating episode talking about what, gentlemen?
Anything we damn well please.
All right, there you go.
Uncensored.
Yes, raw and live and
Too raw for TV.
No, but just right for the web. So, yeah. So last time we were talking about diversity in comics, and I think we want to spoil a little bit. We talked about diversity in entertainment, the entertainment world, period.
Right.
Just in terms of lack of creativity, originality, and different action stars. I don't want to see. I'll put it out there. I don't want to see Will Smith as the only black action star ever. Like, I think we need
I don't
something.
think you can help that one. I really don't. I mean, it's not like black people are the biggest factor in movies, and we're pretty big. Black people in America spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, people like to see themselves and imagine people that reflect them. And since most of America is white, you probably just going to see a lot of Bruce Willis's and
most of Hollywood is white. So
yeah, most of Hollywood is white.
I think
People making movies are white.
I think it's just a matter of the people that are making movies that they stop kind of putting certain people in the one box. If, for example, if you remember with Star Wars, Billy D. Williams actually auditioned for the part of Han Solo before he auditioned for the part of Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't see Billy D. Williams being the Han Solo type, but then here he comes along with Lando Calrissian, which was supposed to be a replacement for Han Solo anyway. Exactly.
He's supposed to be a replacement. That's why he had on the Han Solo vest at the part 2.
And it's really, really kind of stole the movie from Han Solo.
Here we go.
Kind of stole the spotlight from Han Solo. He was better at being Han Solo than Han Solo. But if he had been given that chance right off the bat, then, perhaps things are different.
And there might have been a black person everyone liked in Star Wars. Instead of,
Jar Jar Binks.
Like 10 years later.
or in the Galaxy Spirit, right?
Samuel L. with his anger management issues.
That guy was the truth. This fool here. Yeah, he was the truth.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson playing Samuel Jackson.
Every movie has to be.
It's
like when you watch The 13th Warrior, and you have to get Antonio Banderas to play the Arab guy in The 13th Warrior, you mean to tell me there's no Arab that could have played the Arab guy in The 13th Warrior?
And that's exactly
no Arab guy that could have played the Prince of Persia.
Controlling movies and stuff. Not to be like people control everything, but in the original Aliens, that Latino woman was not Latino. She was a white woman doing a fake Latino accent.
Scarface wasn't Cuban.
Scarface was a Cuban. One of my favorite movies, Carlito's Way. He wasn't Puerto Rican. Like he didn't even look Puerto Rican. Like were they even trying? I never even tried on that one. I mean, like he wasn't Puerto Rican. And that's what you get. And not to say that, he's not a good actor. But Al Pacino's an excellent actor. He did a great job in that movie. Made it one of my favorites. But
it was a good movie.
But you got this whole Puerto Rican land. You got John Leguizamo and stuff.
Right.
And the star character. And then, Viggo Mortensen was in that movie too?
Really?
Yeah, he was the guy in the wheelchair. Like, come on, Carlito, man. Hook up with that.
I gotta see that again.
Like, that's almost racist when you got a white guy do that accent like that. like, these are how real Puerto Ricans are.
Y'all wouldn't know. Leave it to us. Yeah, that is kind of messed up.
My question is this: is Hollywood not realizing that diversity of certain characters, of certain actors? Like, for example, going back to Billy D, one minute he's in a Colt 45 commercial, the next minute he's doing someone as smooth as Lando Calrissian. That shows.
Isn't that the same character?
Oh, it's not. Lando Calrissian was a
guy in the space.
No, Lando Calrissian was a smooth character. Billy D in his Colt 45 commercials is sitting here drinking, most people would call piss poor beer.
Works every time though. He sold it though.
He did. What I'm saying is that he showed many different actors of himself. Perhaps they aren't realizing in Hollywood that there are actors out there capable of showing different angles, different facets of themselves.
I don't know. I think
and that you don't need to go outside the race to get an actor to play the principal.
They're not willing to try it, man. It's laziness. That's all it is.
No, I think it goes back to this is what sells, and they know they have a white audience. You know what I mean, like if you especially the Prince of Persia, those guys look close enough to white that we throw a white guy in there, all the girls in school and all the guys.
But who is your main audience for the Prince of Persia?
White people.
No.
For real.
Who's your main audience for the Prince of Persia? The main audience for the Prince of Persia is people that played the Prince of Persia video game. And these people are going to be very loyal to they want to see.
Where was that game?
Okay, but the vast majority, I've seen many white people complain that the Prince of Persia was not
Game
Persian.
Overthinker. Look it up, check it out. Game Overthinker, because I bet he agrees with me. I'm just going to shout that out.
You plugging up
most
people on my video show.
Most gamers, I believe, whether white, black, Hispanic, or whatever, were upset that the Prince of Persia was not Persian.
I don't think so. I think all the white guys were like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter.
No, I guess minorities took to the message boards and droves and
here's another example.
from all the polls I was reading.
Here's another example. Spawn, right? Now, alright, granted it wasn't the best movie, but they arbitrarily changed one of the characters from black to white.
Yeah.
I don't think any white person was like, oh, how could they? But lots of black people, because we're not used to seeing our faces in media, especially not media created by someone who isn't black.
Right.
You know, when Tom McFarlane created those characters and they were black, you know, for black guys, like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then he comes up on the movie screen and he's this random white dude, and a lot of black people were like, oh, that's whack, that's corny.
Yeah. But
I don't think white people cared. It didn't factor to them at all.
I think I don't have so much of a problem with that, where you have a almost predominant cast in one type of film or another, and they kind of want to diversify it. But they did the same thing. Wait, hold on, time out. Wait, one second. In the show Smallville, right, which had a predominantly white cast, they changed the character of Superman's best friend, Pete Ross, into a black character to diversify the audience.
Okay. I think
do you disagree with that?
I think it's white. I think they shouldn't have did it. Why? I don't understand why. Why can't we just make some black characters?
Yeah. So you could have any other black friends with it.
Like they didn't add a black character. They just created. And they take a white character and make them black for the sake of diversity.
Yeah. That's the thing. You throwing me a bone? That's not doing anything. Yeah, there you go. They made this white character black. Yeah.
Put a little bit of the whackness factor in there, you know, as a purist, you know, it does bother me a little bit, but at the same time, I don't knock them too hard when there's a cast that's predominantly one race and they want to kind of diversify.
Let's talk about that in comments, because in DC's JLA, for a long time, for almost ever, they had a predominantly white cast. Like, there may have been 3 black people on that team before a couple years ago, and then they introduced like 3 other black people.
Yeah, it was a Vixen, Black Lesbian,
and was it a Black Green Lantern?
And John Stewart. Right. Dwayne McDuffie did this, dozens of people on the DC message board started bitching out of their minds.
Yeah, they were upset.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's a problem.
As if the Justice
You introduced too many at once. You gotta slowly introduce. You gotta slowly feed it to them.
They claimed Dwayne McDuffie wasn't about diversity, like he said. Because if he was about diversity, he would have had like 3 Chinese characters and some Polynesians.
Which bugs me, and something I want to put out there. There's I started a comic book networking group called Zion. Feel a part of, and there I guess more than 5 black people in it. So there's this other guy that said it's a black group,
right?
And my question is like, so if there's more than 5 people in a group, 5 black people in a group, that makes it a black thing. That's garbage. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Well, you gotta understand who some of these individuals are and some of their mindsets. The same guy, if we're talking about the same guy, is a guy that runs a comic book store by selling comic books that he got from out of his basement.
Yeah, that's kind of. He doesn't have any new issues.
I don't want to go there.
He got the comic books from out of his basement.
He's selling his comic book collection in the store, like the comic shop. That is a little awkward.
A lot of whack. It's whack.
Or it could have been Mel Gibson. He seems to think he's running packs.
Yeah. Or he's trying to make a comeback. See that movie, The Beaver, that he's kind of trying to make a comeback?
The Beaver.
Yeah, it's a crazy guy that.
Oh, it's a crazy guy.
Yeah,
exactly. That's all him.
He disassociates. Hold on. He disassociates from society, so he has this stuffed beaver
Sounds like that so far.
that he starts talking to.
This stuff rated movie or something?
No.
That's just right up his alley. He should totally
real quick, talking about that whole thing of the diversity and the movies and stuff like that. That's one of the things I think is wrong because with Smallville, for instance,
right?
I mean that should have ended maybe 5 seasons ago.
Yeah.
They keep.
I'm not even going Smallville.
They keep going on. I'm just saying. In terms of diversity and comics, the thing is that because instead of looking for the next thing, then they're stretching things out so thin, man. Movies, as soon as you hit one good thing, like Austin Powers movies, just saying like they better not make another one. So that's what they're doing. They're milking the hell out of stuff.
If that's the way, what do you think about Hancock? Because he's like completely original, isn't he?
That's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother episode.
I had some issues as far as where characters go and portrayals.
Stay tuned to our next episode.
Some of those thoughts about that. Because really, there's a lot to talk about there. Some of the thoughts that they had in there, like him having to go to jail and all that other stuff, I ain't really for it. But he is the original.
Wait, I haven't seen Hancock. Is this like part of his?
Are you serious? You haven't seen Hancock?
Is this like how he learned with great power comes great responsibility?
Right, kind of.
Not really. He was in there for like what? How long? And then all of a sudden, one day he goes from being this complete ass. Then all of a sudden he's like, okay, I'm reformed. I'm going to start speaking perfect English now. That makes me a better person.
My problem is you got this super powerful black man, and for some reason he decided the best thing for him is jail. Like
that's the only way he's gonna learn his lesson.
I can't learn anything.
I'm surprised he didn't come out Muslim or something. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, that's just it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
Hollywood cut the stuff short. All right, stop making stuff.
I do think that after he came out of prison, he did stop eating pork.
Yeah, he was Muslim.
He proved his health.
He had a lot of time to read.
You gotta protect yourself somehow.
Yeah.
In the pen.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode. We need to get into Hancock.
That's the next episode, baby.
Well, that'll how to protect yourself in the pen.
I don't really know about that.
All right, we got like 50 seconds.
I just choose not to go.
Yeah. So yeah, I think one of the problems is is up to one of the solutions is up to independent artists, and we need to be more vocal in what we accept from Hollywood and media.
You don't need to be more vocal.
You need to be more vocal.
With your money.
You don't need to be more vocal. You need to start making money yourself
and stop spending on junk you don't like.
They're making money the way they've been doing it by advertising these white characters or whatever. That's what they're going to stick with. It's all about the money.
Hey, it makes money.
So we speak with our money then. We can all say
it. You speak with your money. It's like everything else. You don't like it, don't spend money on it.
Okay then. All right.
Hey, I'm going to be putting
you didn't watch The Matrix? I mean, come on.
I saw The Matrix last night, and the most awesome kick you ever want to see by one of Anthony Pettis. This man saying that it was awesome, and I'm going to be putting my money on his next fight.
All right.
All right. So that's our time, fellas.
Yeah,
Cliff is back.
As you
Barbados,
red and white, green and white, red and white, Billy Pride.
Barbados Pride. West Indies.
That's our show for today. We'll come actually again next week with a different show about some different stuff. Maybe continue this conversation a little bit more.
Yeah, hit us up. Let us know what you think or whatever.
Right.
We want to.